Hello, welcome to Divinely Different Tarot. I'm Ashley Dawn, and in today's pick a card reading, I decided to go with how does your ancestors feel about what you've accomplished? So I didn't do a whole lot of questions for this one. I did like things you've been working on. I used self-healing cards for it because I wanted to see, what you've been working on healing-wise. How your ancestors see it, and I used the blessings card to see like how they view what came in for you. And then I wanted to get some advice from them, and I used angel messages and soul truth for that because, I don't know, I just felt like there was a lot of, almost all these piles, I feel like the ancestors are very proud of where they've accomplished. It's just they want their advice to get known. This is, I don't know, I just feel like it's mainly for advice this time around. But yeah, so your piles are, you have spoiled, for my pile 1. For my pile 2, though she be little, she be fierce. For my pile 3, we have we're all mad here. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, timestamps are in the description box below. And yeah, I'll meet you at your pile. Bye. Oh, I just opened my lip. Okay, my pile 1. If you chose spoiled, this is your pile. Alright, so I wanted to see what you were going through. So I feel like you were learning how to love yourself once more, or learning how to love yourself for the first time for some cases. Learning patience, that things take time, that it's interesting that you picked spoiled, because I feel like in a lot of ways you are very spoiled in this life. But in other ways you've had to learn patience because so many things have been handed to you in this life, and there are some things that you have to realize that's not going to be handed to you. You have to earn. And sometimes that's through times, through lessons. I also feel like you were, in some ways, I feel like, okay, because I feel like somebody was trying to learn how to learn something new. It could be, a new instrument. It could just be, a new job. It's just, starting all over again. And then I also like see somebody needing to do this for a work skill or work trait. And for like others, it's just because it's like there needs to be something new going on in your life. It's like dissatisfaction with what's going on, so you're trying to change it up and find something that you love. But like for some of you that's trying to learn a new trait for work, it's like you've always had an interest in this, and you finally take the time to learn about it to actually do it. And like through this, you've realized that you have to be patient. And I feel like in a lot of ways, that's actually brought you to the self-love that you found within, is because you're like, oh, I can do this. Like, I've got a serious talent for this. Maybe I'm better at things than I thought. Like, I feel like you're just seeing things about yourself in a whole different light. I'm also seeing a lot of blonde hair here, so you could have blonde hair. Or like a strawberry blonde, where I see like very light blonde hair and very dark hair, like one or the other. Somebody here could be 23, 24. I'm also seeing 41 and 42. So how your ancestors see what you went through. So while you were learning, like, I feel like part of the reason why somebody here has to learn a new work trait or a new work skill is because, like, I feel like somebody here could have gotten let go of, like, got fired. And I feel like it's because at that time you could have been going through some kind of an injury or illness that you were trying to heal from. And I feel like that's what your ancestors see you were doing. They see that you were taking the time to heal from this situation that was going on in your life. But it's interesting because I keep being drawn to the mask that she's wearing. It's like while you were taking this time to heal, like you were covering something up, you weren't being truthful, or you weren't showing your whole, like your whole hand if you're playing gambling or whatever. But I feel like that is something that they notice, is that you kept a lot of it within yourself. You just took the time to take the healing, or to do healing. We also have a blessing for solace and hope. I feel like this is a part of the patience lesson. Like you see it as learning how to be patient, how to wait for things to come, how to like earn it. And they saw it as a blessing for solace and hope. It's like they wanted you to find hope within yourself once more, to actually go within and find what it is that you were looking for within yourself. Like stop looking outwards, look within yourself, and you have the answers that you need. I'm also like hearing, it's like you took some time to find your balance with religion, and it's what I'm kind of hearing, because I like hear somebody that like you were angry for such a long time at God. It's like, I don't know, it feels like God had done something, like punished you. That's how you felt for such a long time. And then like, I don't know, I feel like you one day were sitting there and you took the time and you actually spoke with God once more, and it had been such a long time, and it's like I see somebody in my mind's eye talking to God for the first time in a long time. And there was a sign, such an abundant sign, such a like neon sign right in front of your eyes, like letting you know that God was listening. And it's like that's exactly what you needed. You needed that faith. You needed that hope once more that there was something more. But most people, you have to experience it yourself in order to believe it. And I feel like that's what happened for you. All right, so their advice for you. I'm going to start with soul truth before I get into angel messages. Am I communicating my needs? Your needs matter. What are you needing right now that you haven't communicated? What are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? Today's soul action. Journal these answers. What are my needs? Am I saying no and yes enough based on my desires? Am I telling my full truth? Do I believe that my needs matter, and do I share them with others? Do I ask for what I want? When communicating my needs, what am I resisting and with whom? What do I need in order to feel safe enough to express my needs? See, this mask, I think that's part of what is going on. I feel like that's what it was, is like you weren't communicating your needs to the people around you to let them know, hey, this is what I need help with. This is what I'm having a slight issue with, you know? And it's usually the people that's closest to you that end up getting, like, you know, hurt the most, is because you not communicating what you need with them is what kind of pushed them away, or, you know, like, I don't know, I see like a family member or a close friend like assuming that you want all the same things that they would want when they were sick or when they were hurting, and it's like not even close to being the same thing, but you let them think this because you didn't know how to communicate your needs. Like, and I feel like writing it down sometimes really helps us to be able to find the words, you know, and once you find words, it'll come out of your mouth a lot easier, but sometimes you have to write it out first to find the right words while you're thinking about it, and then like letting it flow. I feel like you really just need to find the way to that communicates, that works for you. What is my body telling me right now? Our body speaks to us through physical pain or discomfort. Our body sends messages for us to look more deeply. See the trapped emotions, the lurking fears and beliefs that limit you. Listen to your physical body and you will be led to the pain of your source. Oh, wait. Listen to your physical body and you will be led to the source of your pain. It's time to get your healing on. Today's soul action. Oh, fuck that. I'm not gonna tell you to get a book. So yeah, I do feel like your body does tell you things, like, you know, like if you're exhausted, usually it's because like you're tired, because you need like more relaxation and you need to rest more. Your body needs the rest. Sometimes if you're feeling groggy, it's because there's something that could be like holding you back, or something that makes you makes it harder for you to wake up. So maybe cutting something out of your life that's no good for you. On whom am I placing blame right now? A person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson. Today's soul action. Take responsibility. On whom are you placing blame right now? Today, free yourself of releasing all victimhood, blame, and resistance. They don't belong where you are going. Only love and courage live there. Make a choice to do it, even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your heart and you will be led. So what's interesting about this card is that, like, this morning, my mornings are different than most people, like, but this morning I took the time out to talk with God myself and to ask for the courage to forgive myself and to forgive another person for something that I see that they had done. But in reality, it's just them living their life and not knowing the whole truth, right? But to me, it's like a stab to the heart, because it's just a very painful thing for me to like look at, and to like, I don't know, it's like something I kind of thought would happen for me, right? And like I see somebody else with it and it kind of like broke my heart, right? So, but I asked for the strength to forgive this person and forgive myself, to forgive myself for believing that this was the right person for me in the first place, and then for the belief and the idea, like, I don't know, it was like finding forgiveness within myself for not seeing what it really was, just assuming it was something more. And then, like, I wanted forgiveness because I didn't want to feel such hate or such, like, you know, like, I didn't want to feel anything horrible towards somebody for living their life and doing what makes them happy. So it was just like, I was just trying to ask for like forgiveness for both, because like you have to forgive yourself in order to forgive somebody else, in my opinion. Like, I think it is easier to forgive somebody than yourself. That's why that's what most people do, and then we just live with this guilt forever. But I've been doing this thing where I'm forgiving myself before I forgive somebody else, because it's just a little bit harder than you would think it is, and then it becomes easier along the way. It's because, like, I don't know, it's different for everybody, but, you know, there it is, though. I did have blame right there. Like, I was blaming somebody for just living their life, when in reality, it's their life, you know, that's not the same as mine. So, like, of course, it's going to be different. And then I played victim by just assuming that it was being done to me, not for me. I was resisting how things were supposed to be going. And I feel like when you blame others for things that they don't really have any control over, it's just showing how little we really learn about ourselves and how little we can accept about others. Which, I feel like a lot of us should try to change. Like, I feel like a lot of us have healing to do, and I feel like that's something that you could be doing right now, is trying to find the strength to forgive yourself when it comes to a certain person in your life or to a certain situation. Wishing you could see it for more than what it was. Now, your angel messages. These are messages from your ancestors. I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So right there, I feel like, A, your ancestors are with you. B, they're giving you the courage that, you've been asking for to make the changes in your life that you really want. It's something towards your divine purpose. It's safe for you to be powerful, to be the person that you are. It'll benefit yourself as well as others. You are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. You are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life purpose. Divine life mission. You are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. And I feel like you don't even have to try it sometimes. Like, you can just walk into a room and some people either really hate you because they don't want to go towards their life purpose, or they'll really like you because they want to go towards their life purpose. And it's like you're a beacon of light for people to go towards their life purpose. It's like you show them without even showing them. A happy move to a new home or a place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. Dude, before I was even doing anything, I was talking about how you could be learning a new skill or looking for a new job. Like, that's so crazy. But I feel like this is actually exactly what you need, this new job anyways, this new place of employment or this new home, whatever it is for you. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. So you have two cards warning you to do some more research, to look a little further before you look in, or before you go towards something. And both of them, in my mind, I keep seeing the word look. So maybe there's something that you need to look up, maybe do some research about before you actually make a decision upon this. And it's like, as soon as you look this up, then you're going to wonder why you were having such a hard time making a decision. Why it was so hard for you to say yes, because it was supposed to be like a no or something along those lines. Have faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see yet. And I see in my mind's eye, an ancestor saying, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. It's just not available for you to see at the moment, because there are things that are making this come to you. There are things that have to be done before you can see this coming towards you. You have it's like they're saying you're on that last that last lap, so just keep going. You can't see the finish line yet, but that's because your eyes are so focused on how tired and exhausted you are on the ground, you running, right? And you're just too tired to look up to see how much further you've got to go. And it's they want you to know that you're that fucking close. You're on the last lap, so don't give up. Just keep going. And then keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. That's just crazy. See, that's the, don't take no for an answer. Just keep going. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So, I love spending time alone in nature. I love walking in the woods. I love being on the beach, having the toes in my sand, having the sand between my toes. I love that. And I feel like you spending some time alone, like I see like a huge rock, like maybe a big like formation, like something you just like to sit on and think on, like meditate upon. Like I feel like you're gonna be going to that spot today or within like the next week, and you're really gonna be taking the time to think about things and like what really works for you and what doesn't work for you. I even see somebody like looking somebody up or looking something up on their phone, like on that rock. And then we have, you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. So like I said, you do have like this shining light within inside of you. You know, you are literally a light worker, and God needs you to do this because you are full of light and love, and this world needs more light and love in it. Shoot, I've got too much darkness and hatred. We need something different. And I feel like you have that. And they're like, don't give up on, you know, like just keep going. I know it's hard right now, but, you know, things will get better. You don't see it, but what you want, what you've been looking for is right around the corner. Just keep going. But yeah, that's what I have for you, my pile one. I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful, let me know by hitting that like button, letting me know in the comments below how it resonated with you. If you like my vibe, please subscribe. Otherwise, that's all I've got for you. I'm going to move into my pile two. So, maybe meet again. Bye! I'm busy right now, mister. Okay, my pile two. If you chose though she be little, she be fierce, this is your pile. We're going to start what you've gone through, what they believe you've gone through, how they view you've gone through it, their advice for you using soul truth, and then go into the angel messages. So how you see what you've been going through is you've been going through a bit of a wild phase. I feel like I'm drawn to all of this red, and for like majority of people, red is like a forbidden color or a lucky color by some cultures, but like red is like a seduction color. Somebody living on the wild side, like fire, like, you know, fiery passion. I feel like you've been kind of leading somebody along with you. Or leading somebody on their, like, wild path. Like, wild child is what I'm hearing. And then, like, I keep just being drawn to the fact that she's in a boat and she's in a bit of a leading position. Like, she's even holding a lantern in her hand. Like, she's, like, leading the way for monsters or for, like, the darker side of things, you know? Like, I feel like monsters because, like, on the boat, there's this monster head, which is what made me think that. But see how she's, like, in a guiding position. So it feels like she's guiding somebody towards their wild side, towards a temptation. I feel like you've been fighting a lot of temptations lately. I feel like there's somebody that's been on your mind. I feel like there's been a lot of daydreaming, a lot of wishful thinking, just wanting something that isn't yours or hasn't been yours for a long time. But it's also the reason why you don't have this temptation, why you don't have this person. It's because you didn't say what you mean. You didn't say what was on your mind, how you truly felt about somebody. You kind of, like, looked away from this person. It's like you didn't show them who you are because you didn't know what it was exactly that you were feeling or what you were feeling at that moment for this person. I feel like there's also a lot of temptation in the sense that, like, there is somebody, you could be in a relationship with somebody, and it's like there is somebody that you have an interest in that you are not in a relationship with. It's like you daydream about this person often. But then there's also this, like, not saying how you truly felt when you had the option, you know, like looking at them from afar or watching them but never saying anything. Like, you always watch this person closely. Like, it's weird because it keeps going between feminine and masculine energy. This doesn't happen a lot for piles. For me, it's usually like one or the other, actually. But I don't know, for a feminine, I feel like you've been working on your wild child side. It's like you've been really enjoying your life, just trying to find what really works for you, exploring your dark side. Daydreaming about being somebody that you are not with or you want to be with. But because you didn't acknowledge or say how you felt, you didn't get them. For, like, a masculine energy, it's like daydreaming about somebody you've always wanted. Like, this is, like, the perfect person you, like, I don't know, it's like girl dream, or, I really hate it when he does that. My dog, you know, we have hardwood floors, like, everywhere. We've tried to put carpet down, but it does not always work. And, like, he'll race after the cats because Fred is a little instigator, dude. Like, that boy is a little shit. But, like, I know black cats are instigators. Like, I know that. Like, I've always loved black cats and, like, anyways. But, yeah, so he'll instigate with him and he knows that he has a hard time on the hardwood floor, so he'll make him chase him and he'll, like, slide across the floor and hurt himself. Anyways, so, yes, okay, so for the masculine, it's just, like, I don't know, like, I feel like you daydream about somebody that you really, really, this is, like, the girl of your dreams. Like, you've always thought she would be the perfect one. But you never said how you really felt when it came to this person. You always had your armor up. You were always, like, in a defensive pose. It's like you wanted to say something to them, but, like, you didn't know how or you didn't know what to say. I'm also, like, seeing, like, past lifetimes with somebody. Like, being with somebody throughout different lifetimes. And it's like in this lifetime, you're not together. Like, before, it was like you guys just automatically came together, like magnets coming together, you know? And it's like, in this lifetime, it's not like that. In this lifetime, you actually got to put work into it. And, like, I don't know, it's weird. It kind of feels like you don't know how to do that, which kind of blows my mind. Because, like, I don't understand how hard it is to say, I like you, and then, you know, things go from there. Either the person likes you or they don't like you. But, like, it's not a hard thing to say. But for some reason, I feel like for you, when it came to this particular person, it was just hard for you to say anything. So you just daydream about being with them, talking with them. I also see candle magic here as well. Okay, so how your ancestors view what you went through is a blessing to bring prosperity. Okay, so there's a lot of things I'm seeing here. First of all, I'm seeing an abundance of knowledge. Knowledge being given, knowledge being learned. Like, I feel like you've learned a lot over, like, I feel like, I was going to say the last couple months, but I also feel like it's the last few years you've just been learning a lot about people around you, about how the world works, how, you know, they want you to think the world works. Like, it's like you've expanded your horizons and you've looked in a lot of different ways, or different, yeah, a lot of different ways of how life works. I also see like an abundant mindset, and it's like money coming in towards you. Like, I don't see you having issues with money, like wealth. Like, I feel like that's good for you. I feel like material wise, you're pretty well, you know, on your way. I'm also kind of hearing, like, I have also noticed over the years, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older, but I've accumulated a lot in my lifetime. And, like, I am a minimalist. I don't like having a lot of stuff. Not that you can tell by my background, but I am a minimalist, right? And I don't know where it came from, but we're going to put it over here because it seems like it's for your pile. But, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that because I lost my chain of thought as soon as I picked up that part. Anyway, a blessing to bring prosperity. What else do we have here? There was something else here too. Okay, so I'm seeing Aquarius. Maybe it could be somewhere in your chart. I'm also seeing a wish come true. But you have to like look a little deeper than what you currently are looking. Like, cause like I see somebody cutting open an apple, but that's like they're just halfway through, right? They're not even they didn't cut through the whole apple yet, right? And it's like they're about to like break a note open, and somebody's like, no, wait, just keep going, you know, you'll get a beautiful result. You know, you got to keep doing the work. You got to keep going forth, you know. So they're like cut through the entire apple. So you finally get to the bottom, you open it up, and you see this star. You know, that's the wish fulfillment. That's something coming true for you, you know. And it's like you're not seeing it. Like, this is something you've been wishing for, something you've been trying to get for quite a while. And like, it's like, it's all right here for you. You just can't see it because there's so many different things that are like in it. You can see them a little bit, but you can't see everything. Like, this is the wish you put out there. This is the wish that you want. See how it's in a lot of different things that are coming in towards you. I feel like, okay, now for somebody specifically, it's like when you became available, like I'm seeing like somebody being in a relationship for a long time, and then it's like they're single for like the first time in years, and so many people come towards you. Like, they show interest, they want to be with you, they want to get with you, and you, since it's been such a long time since you'd actually gotten out there, you're like, I don't know what to fucking do. So you just kind of grab the closest thing towards you, right? Which actually wasn't what you wanted, but it was the closest thing to what you had wanted. It's like if you would have just kept going, if you were to just keep working, you know, going through it, if you would have just kept cutting open that apple and keep doing the work on yourself, you would have found this wish fulfillment. Like, you had to go through like 3 to 4 things before you could get to the main course, like the main, like your wish, the wish come true for yourself. And I feel like that's something somebody's trying to tell you. Like, when your ancestors are just like, you should have just kept going, you should have just kept doing what you were doing. Like, kind of gets me as kind of angry. Like, somebody's like, don't make the same mistakes I did. I don't know. Like, I don't know what they mean by that. It's just like, it feels like somebody was, like, one of your ancestors was kind of coerced into doing something that they didn't feel like was the right thing for them. But because, like, so many people were like, you should do it, you should do this, like, they just did it. They never spoke what was truly on their mind, what they really felt. They just went for what everybody else told them to go for. And they're like, don't do that. Don't do what I did. Um, what else do they see that you've gone through? A blessing on a journey. They see that you've been going on a journey, that you've had to let go of people, that you may have actually recently lost somebody that really, it broke your heart when you lost this person. And this person watches over you. They're very close to you. They're always talking to you in some kind of way or form. And I feel like you can hear them to a degree. It's just hard to open up completely to something like that when you don't know what you're doing. You kind of feel uncomfortable with it. But I feel like your heart's telling you what to do, you know, when it comes to this person and listening to what they would have to say. It's like they have like a little bit of a voice in the back of your head. This person could have had red hair, very long red hair. I'm also seeing very sickly, so somebody could have been this person could have been sick. They could have had cancer, and that's how they had passed. All right, so anyway, so this person, this ancestor of yours, they actually see the things you've had to do, like the things you've had to let go of in order to get to where you've gotten to in your life. And like, I do see a lot of red, so I do feel like red is very significant for you guys. Like it could be some kind of like, because like literally, like I see her hair is red. The apples are very red, and there's red right behind her. The very first card that we read, red dress. Right here, she's on top of a red sofa. You can't really see it that well, but it's a red sofa. And right here, the background, the wood everywhere is red. So there's a lot of red here. So like it just makes me think either A, there's some red flags that you really are refusing to pay attention to, or B, there's a lot of luck here that is also being like, I heard misinterpreted, but I don't necessarily think that's completely true. I just think that it's interpreted differently, seen differently. You know, I feel like your ancestors have been guiding you. I feel like there are 4 main ones. Like, I feel like there's one you had recently lost, like within the last few years that you've been like healing over. And this person is always close to you, always with you. And then there are 3 others. They like lead you to where you need to be. They like lead you in your life without you ever really knowing it. Because like I don't even see you like watching them. Like you're just kind of following where they want you to go. Like like knowingly. It's like, but they don't mean you any like wrong or anything. They mean you well. They just want you to heal, you know. They want you to be in a good place. I do feel like there is also like, I don't know. It's also kind of referring, like this is like a different message for somebody. It's like there are 3 people that are trying to lead you towards something that your ancestors are trying to warn you about. It's like they don't want you to go towards this. It's like 3 people trying to push you, or maybe it's like a group of people are trying to get you to come into their group. It's like your ancestors don't want you to go towards this group. I don't know. That's for a specific somebody. All right. Now we're going to go into soul truth. We'll start with a card I found on the ground. What if it isn't true? The thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not enough, it's not for you. What if it wasn't true? Today's soul action, it's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? Journal your answer. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? And that is something like, okay, so we all have a lie within ourselves that we need to let go of in order to figure out what it is that we truly desire, what it is that we truly should be doing in like this lifetime. And I feel like it's really hard for us to get past like things that people that are close to us have said, or what a lot of people have said about us. It like sticks with us for a really long time. And it's like you need to let go of whatever it is that somebody has said to you like all of your life, because like it's like there's something somebody said about you that's not true that you've lived your life by for such a long time. Now for some of you, I feel like it's you were always called the wild child. You were always the wild one. Like everybody always told you like that was the wild kid. That was the one that always got in trouble. But the reality is You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time majority of the time is what I'm getting. Like, you never even did anything, like, considered wrong. It was just you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. And, like, and then there were other times it's like your reactions weren't always the best. But it's not like it was genuinely anyone's fault. Things just didn't, work well. It's like personalities not meshing well together. I feel like I don't know, I also feel like middle child syndrome a little bit here. Like, the middle child always feels like they get blamed for everything because majority of the time they do get blamed for everything. Because the first child is the first child, they were the baby, they were the oldest, they had to, like, everybody has to look up to them, and the baby is the spoiled one, right? And I feel like the middle child kind of gets all the heat, like all the bad stuff that happens. And it's like, that's kind of what I'm getting here. It's like, I feel like that's how you feel for most of your life. Like, you didn't deserve this good stuff because you're the middle child. Well, first of all, when you're a replacement born in your family, it doesn't have shit to do with anything, okay? Like, sorry to tell you, but it really doesn't. So I feel like you need to let that go. And also, if it really bothers you that much, then don't speak to your family. Like, I mean, obviously they didn't make you feel happy. They made you feel like a black sheep. Well, why be a part of that? Like, shoot, that's why I stopped talking to half my family. It's because, like, they treat me like crap. Like, why be a part of something like that? I'd rather not. I don't like drama. Shoot, it's boring. I got my own dramas, okay? Like, so I don't need nobody else's drama, and that's how I genuinely feel about that. Which is why I don't do personal things. Alright, am I clear on what my soul really wants? Take out the shoulds and the limitations, get out of your head, and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all of your hearts. Today's soul action, ask yourself what it is that your soul really wants. What does your heart crave? Then take one step in that direction. Take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. And I love that. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Like, and I do feel like when it comes to your heart, what you truly want, what your soul really wants, it's like, it's not like that it's easy that it comes to you, but it's not hard either, like the obstacles are like easy to get over because I feel like you've faced harder things in your life, and it's like, but you actually have to take the time to look within yourself, like, is this dream girl the one that you want? Is this person that you refuse to say anything to them, is this the person that you truly want in your life? Or is there a wild one that you want in your life? And like, that's what I feel like. It's like there's like a choice between two people for somebody, and for another person it's like just is this really what I want to do with my life for the rest of my life? Is this really what I want to do with my life for the rest of my life? Like, is this what's right for me, or are the limitations really starting to get to you? Where am I called to use my voice right now? You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Today's soul action. Share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. And I truly feel like that. Like, sometimes some people just need to realize they are not the only ones that have gone through this, right? It's just nice to know that you're not alone, that somebody else has gone through something similar, or that, somebody has felt this way too. And I feel like when you speak about things that you've gone through, when you actually, tell somebody, it could be like a complete stranger, and tell them a story about your life and like what, you have experienced. It really, sheds a different perspective for somebody else, realizing, hey, not everybody's life is the same. This, and that's really helpful to some people. But speaking about what has happened in your past will also help you heal, in the sense that you've talked about it and you're letting your soul speak. You're letting something out for your soul, like something your soul needs. What risk can I take today? Be not mistaken, you will have to take bigger risks than you have ever thought possible on this path towards your dreams. You will have to take the big scary leap, but do not fret because your soul has wings. Today's soul action, what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more thinking, only doing. Be brave and courageous, and you will discover what you are really made of. So I feel like you really just gotta learn to take risks, even if it's hard for you to do that. Like, even if it's a small little step towards it, like, it's a little bit of a step towards it. For, like, example, if you, like, I'm going right back to this card. So, like, if there was, like, this person, this dream person, and you don't speak to this person anymore, maybe you should just message this person, or you should, like, text them, or, like, start out a text towards them, like, hi. Hey, I was just thinking about you the other day. You know, just something simple to get it started. And then you can work up the courage to tell them how you really felt. And it's like, I feel like for some of you, you really have to get that off your chest. Even if it's a rejection, you need to hear it. There's always a what if. Like, what if is like what I keep hearing. What if I actually said something? What if I'd actually, taken that chance? That risk. Am I focused on what I want most? One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. What you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, in my life, I reflect a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments? Prioritize. Yeah, I feel like you really do kind of like need to take a moment to like look and see what it is that you truly want, because I feel like you'll be able to focus on it more once you figure it out what it is that you want, or whatever it is that's calling towards you. And I do feel like it's something that's calling towards you. It's just, it's hard for you to get to that point, because you've never it's like you've never put a name to what it is that you truly want. And because you've never put a name to it, you've never had a complete focus on it. It's always just been something at the back of your mind. But you really got to take the time and put a name to it now. What else could this mean? There are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Look at a situation today by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? Today's soul action. Is there something your soul is calling you to learn in this moment? Or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? Walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? So I do feel like you really kind of need to look at things from a different perspective. Try to see things in a different way, because I don't think the way that you're looking at things is really helping you out at this moment. I feel like it's really, if anything, holding you back the most. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? To create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, and feelings, and believe we are worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. Don't be grouchy. Today's soul action. When we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want. Here's the other dog. Then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. If you are an empath, you can still be compassionate towards others without taking on their stuff. It is safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone. Today's mantra. I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. And I feel like you really need to take the time, and you do need to set up some boundaries. Like, I feel like there is somebody here that, like, tries to, like, overstep their boundaries. Like, they don't really know what boundaries is, which is interesting, because originally when I was going to start this reading, octopus kept coming out. Like, somebody kept, like, placing a toe or a tentacle over the line of what the boundaries are, like, that you have. It's like they're constantly stepping over that line, and you really need to set clear what these boundaries are, so this person can stop doing it. Because, like, I feel like if they were to just stop trying to overstep their place, you would be able to see things a lot clearer than what you currently see them as. What can I do to make a difference? What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams, no more? What can you create? What can you create purpose out of your pain? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Today's soul action, make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. You know, it's interesting, but you can make a difference in anybody's life in the simplest of ways by literally just smiling at somebody who looks like they've had a really rough day, or giving somebody a compliment after, like, you know, they look like they've been through the ringer. Like, just little things that will make a difference in somebody's life. Paying for somebody's meal, you know, it's like a shock. It'll help them save a couple bucks. It's always very helpful. Like, just any small little difference in somebody's life will make a ripple effect that will make, you know, it's like a pay it forward thing. Like, one little good deed will bring on many more good deeds. To whom am I comparing myself right now? What you are able to see in another is only visible because it is within you, ready to be brought out. Shine light on this feeling of not enough and see the truth. All that you need and want is within you. Today's soul action. Today, stop comparing and start creating. So I do feel like you might be comparing yourself to somebody else. Like, you may not realize you're doing it. Like, it's not an intentional thing, but you're realizing that, like, and you know, it's interesting because I had said this earlier. Like, I was comparing my life to somebody else's life and how I expected it to be different than it is now. But, like, I know that my life is supposed to be different than others. You know, I'm not supposed to live like everybody else. And, like, it's hard for me to remember to not compare my life to others, or how others' lives are compared to my life. Like, because, like, I'm, like, in my early 30s, and in my early 30s, normally people would be, like, you know, having children, starting families, or, like, having children in their 10s or 11s. You know, I don't have any children, and I'm not married. I'm not seeing anybody. I've been single for a long time. Like, just things like that, you know. It's like my life is a lot different than I thought it was going to be years ago. And then, but it's not supposed to be like everybody else's. And then, like, that, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I kept comparing them, and it never made me feel better about myself. It just made me feel down about my current situation. So, like, once you stop comparing and you start just seeing things for what they really are, like how they are supposed to be, that's when things will really start changing for you as well. That's when things will really seem like they're lining up for you. What am I most afraid of losing? As we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was, to make room for what will be. If you were to take the big leap today, what do you feel scared of losing? Love, safety, or belonging? What if it was a big fat lie? What if it was impossible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? Today's soul action. Name that fear and look at the worst case scenario. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you are going. Today's mantra. I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measure. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. I do feel like you really need to take your power back. Like, I feel like you kind of gave your power to somebody. Like, you may not have realized you gave your power to somebody by thinking about them, by letting them control your life, by, like, these little tiny things. But it's like you are starting to see it, and you really need to take that back. Also, if you're thinking about going towards this person that you were too afraid to go towards before, it's like this person that you daydream about, it's like you're afraid to go towards them because you're going to be losing so many things. Like, I feel like you'll be losing a family, or you'll be losing like the idea of a family. Like, I don't know, like, it's what's going on currently. It's just going to change form. And, like, I feel like that's what you're not seeing, is that it's just going to change form. Instead of it being just this person, it's going to be this person, and this person, not just this person, you know? Like, and I feel like that's something that's really hard for you to see, is, like, how to change the perspective, how to change the way that you're looking at things instead of the way that you want to look at things. Am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? Like, see, this is literally perfect. Are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. Today's soul action. Today, make a list of all the things you will gain from the change you are going through. Feel your heart, take a breath, and deepen into trust. Amazing things are coming. And I feel like writing this list out will really help you out. Like, I feel like you really need to take the time to see what it is you're gaining instead of focus on all the things that you're losing, because the reality is you're gaining more than you're losing. A lot more. Like, you're gaining so much more than you are losing, and it's crazy that you just keep seeing the little things that you're losing. So, like, just take that time and write out a list, or like even a mental list. You know, you'll actually start to see that it's gross. Like, it's gross. It just keeps growing, the gaining. I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. So if you're worried about money, don't worry about it. It'll come in for you. You just got to be patient because God is working on the way to get it to you. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. So if you have children, if you wonder if that's like something you should be doing, if that's part of your divine purpose, absolutely. Now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. I feel like you, now that you're actually like, this is your like cry for help, like in a way, not really a cry for help, but like, hey, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, all right, well, pay attention from now on to the signs I'm sending you. I am helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer like me. And I feel like you've never really put that into words before. You've never actually put it like out there before, like, hey, I am a healer. You know, the reason why people are so drawn to me and why people, like broken people, want to be around me is because like I have a way of healing people without even trying, you know. And it's like, that's why so many people are drawn to you, is because you heal them and you don't even realize you're doing it. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. So like, what it is that you truly want is right there. You just have to have faith. Don't try to force it to happen, because forcing something to happen will just make it go further away from you. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. I do feel like you have some new spiritual experiences that are happening for you that are making you change the way that you view the world and yourself. I also feel like that you like may have awakened to something that you didn't know that like was about you, that was a part of you. Yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. So I do feel like somebody here needs to do some yoga or exercise more, because I feel like it's something that I feel like your body's like needing it, crying for it. It's like your body needs something different than what you're currently doing. I feel like somebody has been like really slacking off. Like it's like they just gave up on their bodies a little bit, or but it's actually like not, like, it's like somebody's having back issues because they're not moving around, they're not doing things as much as they should be doing. It's because they've been stuck in certain positions for long periods of time, and it's like they don't want to move, they don't want to try to do more. And that's why you're having these issues. But yeah, that's all I've got for you, my pilot 2. I know it was a long one, but I hope it was helpful. There was a lot to say. If you like this video, if this was helpful, if it resonated at all, let me know by hitting that like button or letting me know in the comments below. If you like my vibe, please subscribe. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to my pile 3. So, maybe we meet again. Bye! Okay, my pile 3. If you chose We're All Mad Here, this is your pile. I'm going to start off what you've been going through, how your ancestors view you going through it. Then we'll go into soul truth, their advice, and angel messages. Okay, so I feel like you've been working on unleashing your creativity, finding what works for you, what you really enjoy doing, and really going for it. I also see like a bit of a fashionita, a little bit. Like I feel like somebody's been really playing with their wardrobe, maybe changing it up or making it more fitting to yourself. I feel like. I also see like a wrench here, so I see somebody fixing things, working with things. I see a robot in the background. So like creating things. I also see a clock, so like running out of time or having plenty of time on their hands. I see stained glass in the background, so you could work with stained glass. Like I see somebody that's really very creative and who likes to create things or invent things is also what I'm hearing. I also feel like you've been working on self-sabotage. And now, here's the thing. I'm not 100% sure if it's like, I don't know, like, it feels like healing yourself from the self-sabotage and like constantly like putting yourself in situations that you don't think you'll react well in. And it's like you're changing that about yourself, like not putting yourself in those situations, trying to figure out a way that benefits you in these situations instead of what everybody else like benefits from. I'm also seeing like self-sabotage in the sense of stopping letting other people take your power. Not giving them control over you or over what you do. I'm also seeing like what you say. It's like somebody is taking all of your power and it's like you didn't realize you gave them your power. They didn't take it from you. You let them take it from you. I'm also seeing like somebody in a situation that they are not sure on how to get out of. Like there's two people like practically holding her hostage, like, or him, and it's like you don't know how to get out of this situation. I also see like maybe a child could be involved in this or a pregnancy. Maybe worrying about if there will be a pregnancy or if the time's run out on having children or having giving birth. I also see like, and I don't know why, but like I'm seeing like the skeleton fingers on this lady's shoulders, right? And it makes me think that she is taking her energy, taking her fire, her flame, and this one's trying to take the flame from her. You know, like this is what I want, you know, this is the one that I want to be my flame because this person is a lot like them. But she is still holding on to it tightly and worried that she's run out of time to even make something happen. And I do feel like this person just keeps trying to take from her, right? But see how she's still not a skeleton? You can't take from an earth angel. You can try. You can maybe get some energy, maybe copy their energy for a little bit. But that shit ain't gonna last. Not with the ancestors, hell no. Anyways, so I do feel like your ancestors have seen what you've been going through. They see this situation that you're in. And I do feel like they wish you would listen to your intuition more. But they also see that you're starting to learn how to listen to your intuition more. Like, maybe you shouldn't have gotten into this situation because of this, like, issue. Or, like, I'm also hearing, like, a run-in with the false twin flame. I'm also hearing, like, a traumatic relationship with somebody. And it's like this person took more than they gave. If they gave anything. It's like trusting your own intuition when it comes to people, and also trusting your intuition that your future is in your hands, literally in your hands. You just have to walk away from this situation that's holding you back. I feel like there's something at night that haunts you, that holds you like scared that holds you in place. But listening to your intuition will bring forward everything that had once scared you. I'm going to move on to this next card. A blessing on growing older. So I do see your ancestors see you growing older, that you're actually learning things. You're letting things sink in and letting things grow. I'm seeing a lot of flowers too. Like, I don't know. I feel like an ancestor was really into gardening. Like I see somebody planting flowers, like taking out weeds out of the little garden area. And I feel like this is something you've actually taken on in your life. And that's something somebody sees and they're very proud of it. And I see like a grandmotherly figure, like that's really pronounced. Somebody could be 38. I also see like for somebody here, I feel like for a really long time, it's like your intuition was always surrounded by mystery. It was always a mystery how it worked for you, or that you were even using it in the first place. But I feel like it was always surrounding you. You always used your intuition without realizing it. But it's like something kind of took you off balance, or something did throw you off balance. And it's like your ancestors see you starting to rely on your intuition once more. Actually going back to your roots, really paying attention to who you are. All right, their advice for you using soul truth. Am I on the right path? Sometimes we second guess what we are doing. We lose trust in the process and question if we are even on the right path at all. Know this, you are on the right path. Keep going, keep believing, keep remembering that you made a soul contract that you are currently fulfilling in every area of your life. Even if you can't see it, that doesn't mean it isn't real. Today's soul action. Today's search for all of the ways you are aligned with your soul's purpose. The signs will appear. Let this newfound trust fuel your next steps. So if you're wondering if you're on the right path, absolutely. Do I surround myself with people who lift me up? The people with whom we surround ourselves determine who we become. Does your tribe fill you up? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? Do they help you step into your greatest potential? Today's soul action. Make a desire list of the type of people with whom you wish to surround yourself, and clarify if there is anyone in your life who no longer serves you. Can you love them from a distance? So there could be somebody in your life currently who doesn't lift you up, that you actually need to take a moment and decide if this is somebody who you want to keep in your life. And I feel like that's this person who's sucking the life out of you slowly. This person could always down you, make you feel bad. You could spend a lot of time together. Am I consistently showing up? Some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is enemy of progress. Success requires showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, and even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dream. Today's soul action. Journal where you can be more consistent in your life in alignment with your soulful goals. Then show up. It's so sad, but it's so true. Some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is the enemy of progress. I feel like you need to consistently show up for what it is that you truly want. Do I believe I am worthy? You are worthy. You are deserving. You are loved. Start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life you have dreamt up. Your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. Today's soul action. For a big goal or dream you have, ask yourself, do I feel worthy of this? Today's soul mantra. I am worthy of it all. I feel like you really just need to see your own worth within yourself. I don't think it's an easy thing for you to do, because I feel like you've been through it, and it's hard for you to realize that because you've gone through it, that makes you more worthy than you realize. What am I grateful for right now? Adopt an abundant mindset. Continue, this is my last pile. Adopt an abundance mindset. Gratitude is the antidote to all our problems. It is impossible to be fearful and grateful at the same time. Gratitude improves our health, opens our heart, and changes our state. Today's soul action. The universal law of attraction says that we attract into our lives that on which we are focused. Close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and think of 3 things for which you are grateful today. Notice the abundance growing within you. So I try to do this like every day, like right before I go to bed or right when I wake up, is to like think of 3 things that I'm very grateful for in my life. Majority of the time, yes, my bed is one of those things that I'm grateful for. But it is something that, I had a futon for a very, very, very long time. So when I actually had the money to get myself a nice bed, I'm very grateful for that bed because fuck futons suck. So, yeah. Where does my soul want to travel? When we travel, we grow. We open our little worlds to more adventure, thrills, patience, understanding, trust, and oneness. Our hearts and minds expand and our desires are satisfied. Where is your soul calling you to visit? Today's soul action. Pick a location on your desired list. Choose a date when you will get there and start planning. Create a Pinterest board or start searching on travel sites for the best restaurants. Anything that will create movement to let the universe know that you are ready to make it happen and believe you can. So I feel like you're really wanting to travel. You got some wanderlust going on, but I feel like you don't know where you want to go. So maybe like take the time to actually sit down and do some research on where you want to go. Where can I create more space? Instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule, in your home, your mind, in your lungs, and in your heart. Take time to just be. Today's soul action. Do a clutter detox of your schedule, home, and innermost self. Make space and clarity will come. So I feel like you keep yourself busy too much so that you don't focus on the things that you actually need to focus on, that you really need to think about. So maybe stop doing that so much. How can I be more kind to myself and offer more grace in this very moment? Growing our self-love is medicine to this world's broken heart. When you heal, we all heal. When you give yourself more grace, you are able to give the world more grace. Today's soul action. Look at yourself with a grace filter. You are meant to be in this moment of your life. Release the inner critic and fill the hole with your soul's truth. That you are infinite, you are loved, and you are already there. I do feel like you need to be more kind to yourself. I feel like you're a little too hard on yourself because of the things that you've gone through or the things that you've experienced in your life. And I feel like that just holds you back by being so hard on yourself. So I feel like you need to take a moment and you need to be like, hey, I've actually really accomplished a lot in this life. I've really done things that I never thought I could do before that I didn't think were possible, but I did do it. So just take that time to remember that you are a very powerful being and you have accomplished a lot in your life. So take the time to remember that. I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy and at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. And I love how this is from your ancestors. It's like your ancestors want you to know that they are safe, that they're okay, that they're loved, they're happy, that they miss you, but they are doing good with where they're at. Don't worry about them. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. So I feel like if you've been having new ideas when it comes to your life or situations in your life, these are the perfect times to make it happen because I feel like for somebody here, you could be pregnant or you just found out you're pregnant. This is the perfect time to be doing it. To having a child, if you're afraid that this, if you should even bring the child in, of course, this is absolutely supposed to be. For others of you, it's actually ideas in your life, to change things or to make things better, to make it easier, and this is exactly what you should be doing. What do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. So what is it that you truly want in this life? What is it that you want to create or make happen? Concentrate on it, be positive about it, and make it happen. And we have no conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help guide and comfort you. So there is something going on in your life right now that seems like it's never in your favor. You just need to look into other options or just wait because I feel like you're getting guidance to help you find what is right for you. See, I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. And I feel like that will happen as long as you listen to your angels, your ancestors. Like, I feel like they will be sending you messages of like what to do, and it like brings you a lot more peace than you have felt in a really long time. I even heard for some of you this reading will bring you peace that you hadn't had in a long time. Well, I'm very happy for that. I'm glad I could help out. But this is all that I have for you, my pile 3. A lot shorter than the other piles, but it was pretty straight to the point. I hope that this was helpful. If it was helpful, let me know by hitting that like button or letting me know in the comments below. If you like my vibe, please subscribe. Otherwise, that's all I've got for you. I'm going to move on to start my day. So, may we meet again. Bye!